Okay, everybody, we're ready to rock and roll. Let's go.
I was one of the group that probably entered into it with some degree of skepticism.
I was very skeptical, but I came in with an open mind.
So tell me why you were somewhat skeptical.
Because I don't think I'm very creative.
Paper, if supported on both ends, has a real strength to it.
It completely opened my mind and allowed me to think outside of my norm.
And what we're going to be exploring today are the properties of material.
For me, it was not art, it was more creativity, out of the box.
What can you do with these days?
Playing with the substance that normally we write on.
For me personally, it opened my mind.
And you're going to just experiment.
Like, I had no idea you can do things with paper.
You're going to be like Edison in his lab.
And I got this piece of paper. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Listen to what the material wants to tell you.
It's a piece of paper.
Whose is this? Gina.
I have never considered myself really creative.
And this is our paper?
Yeah. On my application, because you have to say, what is it that you are expecting?
She totally transformed it.
Creativity was one of my #1 things because I identified this as one of my weakest points.
As we're talking, I'm kind of thinking, that this paper, what does paper feel like when I'm writing on it so hard?
It's coming together.
Then just looking at all the creative minds, coming out with a lot of cool stuff. I mean, hey, a dress.
At work, we're very hierarchical.
This word creativity, it's a tough word.
We're accustomed to having limits.
What are the ingredients?
It's just, kind of let yourself go.
Here's the thing, there's not one thing that contributes to creativity.
And be creative.
What I'm trying to get is a distillation.
You have no limits. You want more paper? Have more paper.
I'm glad the exercises allowed us to engage in the process of abstraction.
Non-linear abstraction?
Which is critical to competitive strategy in business.
I think what you're talking about is thinking in a non-linear way.
Taking something that we take for granted, breaking it down into components.
It's the relaxation of inhibitions.
And then reorganizing it in a new context, strategically.
And that's non-linear.
What I was trying to do is something that could actually take some time to we pretty much kept the same idea. Like a big blanket, huge blanket. We threw it at first, and it didn't work. It went like boom, just like that. Nobody was watching, and we're like, okay.
Orville and Wilbur Wright didn't get it the first time.
But people are afraid to believe in themselves, to say, can I make something out of nothing?
As some people say, I'm not creative, but when somebody else starts an idea, they can drive that idea. So you can use
Collaboration does ignite that creative process. You got to get this as big as you can.
And I thought that going into this class, there was structure. It wasn't just go loose and have fun.
Our goal was to keep it open for interpretation.
There's a framework and a structure, and in the creative process, it's a very meaningful one, and I thought that was really powerful.
Over 80% of the time went into the structure.
I've been a team member and led teams in pretty much every functional department in my company.
So it doesn't fly, that was the question.
The teams that are successful were exactly like the teams that we had on Sunday. So I thought it was not only a brilliant and fun exercise, but I thought it was like dead on a business exercise.
Whoa.
So, and when I saw this whole set of people putting their creative minds together and creating something wonderful,
Wow.
Personally, it was a great experience for me.
3, 2,